guys, I've been wanting to do this video for the last couple days and I decided to finally just do it. I want to talk to you guys about your period, or rather about my period. So since going high carb vegan, I've had tons and tons of changes with my menstrual cycle, like crazy. I know a lot of people, or at least me and a lot of my good friends, have horrible periods, horrible PMS. Like, it's just a disaster. It's horrible. You know, we joke and call it Shark Week, but it really does feel like it's Shark Week. It's horrible. It's so bad. And that's how it used to be for me. The whole week before my period, I would have horrible cramps. My ovaries would feel like they were on fire. They'd hurt so much. I have crazy food cravings. Your boobs are so tender and sore and hurt so much, and it's just the worst. And then your period comes, and it just gets even worse, and it's really heavy, and it's really gross. And I would always have my period for a whole week, 7 days of horror. It was the worst. Totally the worst. Just horrible. And then it's so intense for that week. You're so emotional, up and down, like you're a crazy person. You're totally insane. And then for the next half a week after that, you're recovering from your period. So basically you have like a week and a half of being a normal human being. The rest of the time is just period nightmareness of horrors. That was my life for years and years. Yeah, for so long I just had the worst periods, and there's just nothing to do. You take lots of drugs and you try to get through it, and it just sucks. It just sucks. It sucks to have your period, or it did for me. But I've now had 4 periods since going high carb vegan, and I want to tell you guys about them because they've changed a lot. Super exciting. I know this is weird. Most people don't talk about their periods. It's like gross and disgusting and you keep it secret. But it's there. It's a fact of life. All girls get them, so let's talk about it. So, my very first one when I changed my diet was actually a lot worse. It was really painful and really heavy. Although it was a day shorter. It was only 6 days long, so that was good. But I was going through serious detoxing at the time. Like, intense detox. So I think that was a big part of why it was so painful and heavy. But then, coming up to the next one after that, my second period on this lifestyle was so much better. Like, insanely better. I just had a little bit of food cravings. I was craving more fatty food than usual for a couple days before my period. And I had some ovary pains and some cramps a few days before my period, and a little bit of tenderness in my boobs, and that was pretty much it. And that period was only 5 days, so it was getting better every time. And then my third period was even better. It was 4 days, it was super light, hardly any cramps, just some cramps the first day, that was it. No food cravings or anything, and my emotions started to get so much steadier. I just a teeny bit emotional, more emotional than normal, but like none of the crazy mood swings where you're so happy and then so sad and then so upset and so mad and all of that craziness that I know a lot of us feel on our periods. It was just gone. I didn't have it, and it was crazy. It was so exciting. And I actually just got off my period yesterday, and it was crazy. It was a breeze. It didn't even feel like I was on my period. My period was 3 days. It was super duper light. I didn't really have cramps. I didn't really have any kind of symptoms. It was phenomenal. It just keeps getting better and better. So if you have really bad PMS symptoms, if you have really bad periods, if you just hate your periods, I highly suggest trying going on a high carb vegan diet for 2 months and see the difference it can make in your life. It can just make it so much better. So much better. Seriously, so much better. So guys, real quick, while we're on the topic of periods, I think one thing that has really surprised me and that I'm definitely trying to do now on this lifestyle, when I first got into this lifestyle, I found out about how a lot of times in our society, we like to sugarcoat words. We don't like to talk about what things really are. We use nice words, like when talking about meat and dairy and stuff. We don't say, oh, that's, you know, a baby cow flesh. We call it meat. You know, we have these words that don't really mean what it means. Like, we call meat meat instead of, oh, that's a pig, or that's a cow, or that's a chicken, and that's their dead, rotting flesh. We don't say that. And that was like, yeah, well, that makes sense. Like, I get why we would want to disassociate with that. But the one that really blew my mind was eggs, because I feel like the egg industry does so much to try to get us to think eggs are healthy. And, like, I never really thought about what eggs were or anything. But eggs are chickens' periods. Like, how gross is that? You're eating a period. So now I always refer in our home to chickens as periods. So Ben's really good about going vegan with me most of the time. But every once in a while, like once a month or so, he'll want to make a cake and he'll want to use eggs. And I go, well, I tell him, I'm not going to buy chicken periods because that's gross. So he'll go to the store and buy them. And it's just so gross. And now he's like, it's getting in his mind because I say that all the time. He's like, yeah, it is really gross. We should try to find another way to make cake. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's try to make some vegan cake. It's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. It's going to be awesome. I'll tell you guys all about it. But yeah, chicken periods. Do you want to really eat another creature's period? Like, think about that. Would you eat your own period? Like, my period is a lot healthier now than it's ever been, but I would never eat my own period. Could you imagine scraping your period off like a maxi pad, throwing it in the frying pan, stirring it up, cooking it, and then eating it for breakfast? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if another animal came and did that to our periods? Like, ew, so gross. So yeah, personally, I don't want to eat anyone's period. I don't like the idea of eating periods. If you do, if you want to eat chicken periods, by all means, eat chicken periods all day long. Me, I'm good without chicken periods. So yeah, would you eat a period? Because every time you're eating eggs, you're eating a period. FYI. Have a good day, guys. Bye.